Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So we have World Tournament coming up very soon. The thing about World Tournament now though, is I do think the rewards are better than ever. I think no matter what type of player you are, at the very least, you should want to get the 30 million points or whatever it is to just get all the missions done. It's really not that bad. It's just a little bit of grinding, and the rewards, the resources you get, are really very, very good. I cannot recommend it enough. So I just wanted to do a video. We're going to look at a bunch of different info here, going over what I believe is the best World Tournament character to sort of focus on, right? Because there's a lot of characters who are very decent, and we could look at a variety of factors. Now, here's my tweet. I was quoting this post by Misaka right here. We're going to take a look at this in 2 seconds. And then, everyone's favorite Dokkan World threw up a video of this Misaka post right here as well, too. So we can kind of see it in action of what it is that Misaka tweeted out right here, right? So, okay. I want to start this video by saying I think it's STR Piccolo. AoE STR Piccolo, I think, is the #1 World Tournament unit. And there's a variety of reasons for that. We'll get into it. So let's start with this list by Misaka. So these are the fastest, like basically just the amount of time it takes for all these characters' AoE attacks to go off, right? We could see poor Raditz and then Int LR Kid Gohan are here at the bottom, right? In terms of their AoE attacks. And you could see how more recent characters have slower AoEs, right? Like Gotenks, Grid Ape, Vegeta. Like, these are, like, relatively recent characters in the last couple of years. Whereas, like, a lot of the super older ones, the Majin Vegetas, STR Piccolo, are very, very old, right? Second Form Frieza is a 2019 character. So I pulled up a bunch of, I think, the main contenders. I guess another character I could discuss is STR Fat Boo. Let me look at this. Like, what characters did I pull up? I don't really know of people using EGL Gotenks too much. Let me. Well, okay. So here's the amount of time for all these characters. Again, Dokkan World turned this into a video. So let's just go ahead and play this real quick. So just the first couple 20 seconds or whatever. So this is going to be all of these sort of like AoE characters. Just sort of firing off their AoEs, right? Let's kind of just like take a look at what this is going to look like right here. So these are all of the sort of like AoE characters doing it at the same time, right? And you'll quickly notice which ones are super, super fast, right? EZAS STR Piccolo #2 there. And we're going to get into it, but the reason I like him as the best, poor Raditz, man. The reason I like EZA STR Piccolo as the best, one of the main reasons, it's not just his speed, although that, of course, is a factor as well. We'll give Dokkan World a like. How about that? We'll hit him with a like right there. All right, so we got that. Let's get rid of Misaka's post as well. We don't need this up anymore. So I tweeted that out. Now, I saw a bunch of discussion about this from, like, Minato and Ningen and stuff like that. I was looking at some of the replies, saying that it might still be better to go with a full LR team. Because what happens with a full LR team is, I believe the way it works is the higher your cost is, you are fighting teams with higher cost, and you are getting more points per run. So, like, optimally, like in terms of like the best amount of points, you are running a full LR setup. But I'm thinking that Piccolo's performance is just so much better than every other AoE character that I just feel like you have to go with him. Like I'm telling y'all, like, if you jump in and you're using all these characters, I feel like you could just feel it with Piccolo. It's time to pull him up. Where is Piccolo? Again, I gotta... Okay. So here's why Piccolo is so crazy. There's numerous reasons, right? #1, Piccolo auto supers. Remember that in World Tournament, you only get one leader skill, right? Your friend leader skill does not matter. So characters giving themselves a huge amount of ki does matter quite a bit, which Piccolo does. Piccolo essentially is auto supering, right? And Piccolo is also guaranteed critting. And that is the reason Piccolo is the best AoE character. Is because, or the best World Tournament. I don't want to say he's the best AoE character. He's the best World Tournament character. Because he's guaranteed critting, he's auto-supering, and he's creating orbs. He is doing everything himself. You don't need to worry about ki. Now, let me just pull up one of these LRs. STR Broly, you know, the World Tournament. Like, if you look at the history of Dokkan, this guy is, you know, thought of as the king of World Tournament, right? Because what this guy does is he launches an additional super attack when performing a super attack. Just an utterly busted ability. But the thing with this Broly is that he is only AoEing on his 12 key super attack. So there will be moments where you, like, when grinding World Tournament, I would prefer to have to use less brain power as possible and just kind of like get into like a nice like rhythm of just like very low brain power, like clicking what I need to click, and then I'm just like watching something or doing something else, right? When it comes to LRs like Broly, you are only getting the double AoE with the 12 key super attack. So you need to make sure you're not getting above 17 key, which is an issue. And here's the other thing too. This guy, any one of these AoEs, none of these characters here are guaranteed to kill the entire enemy team with one super attack. Not a single one except for Piccolo. Piccolo is the only one 100% of the time he is guaranteed to sweep the enemy field because he guaranteed crits. No other AoE character is guaranteed critting. I actually want to pull up Fat Boo. I do want to pull up Fat Boo, and I want to pull up Gotenks. I want to pull up those two characters to also get them mentioned here. Gotenks, of course, a very exceptional Super Battle Road character. Let me take a look. So with him, it's an additional has a high chance of being a super. That's just not good enough, right? If you're not critting in the World Tournament, you really are going to want sort of like double super attacks, I would say. Damn it, I just want to quickly get over to Fat Boo. Boo Saga is them. Okay. I want to pull up STR Fat Boo. STR Fat Boo, I think he actually could be a very relevant, like he could be kind of like the better version of STR Piccolo after Fat Boo EZAs. Remember that this Fat Boo, he would be a sub EZA for STR Super Boo, right? See, he does a similar thing that Piccolo does. He's an AoE, and you know, he creates STR key spheres and then gets damage, right? But you can kind of see how STR Piccolo is just a way better version, right? STR Piccolo is getting the buffs from any type of key sphere, and he's creating the key spheres, and he's auto-supering, and he's guaranteed critting. So Fat Boo is really out of the discussion. Again, we're talking Broly here. You know, Broly has to double super to guarantee kill everything. I have had many strong AGL characters. I've encountered LR Kale and Khalifa that survived this guy before. EZA AGL Evolution Blue Vegeta I've found is very common. People run him as their lead and run a pure Saiyan AoE team. That's very common. If you get good luck and Broly crits the Evolution Blue Vegeta, he one-shots him. But again, my point is you are not 100% of the time guaranteed that Broly will kill with one super attack. Many times I've seen this guy have to double super, which, I mean, then, oh, actually, maybe I should have not gotten rid of the Dokkan World video and Misaka's post. God damn it. Let me pull that back up. Because then, especially, I don't think, like, this, like, chart is the end-all, be-all. I really don't. I think that there's more to it than that. But, like, if we're accounting for the fact that Piccolo is one-shotting the enemy field in 12 seconds, and then Broly might need to do basically 32 seconds, that adds up. And, like, I feel like this argument of you're getting a little bit more points, over the course of a World Tournament, Piccolo is going to make up that difference. Absolutely. I know that one of the recent, I think it was a global #1 overall player. Damn, I almost want to pull this up as well. I think I saw him in Ningen's replies. Let me try and pull him up in the other monitor. But he is someone who was also using STR Piccolo, right? Because again, it just everything he's doing, the guaranteed crits, the AoE, all that stuff, it's just too good. I feel like you can't discount that. Now, let's continue going through all these various AoE characters. This Broly is actually, I think, pretty good after his EZA. Unfortunately, though, there is one thing we would say, which is that um, he's a TUR, right? That certainly is a negative. It is for Piccolo as well, right? He's a TUR. But this Broly does guarantee double super, so he's pretty decent with that. And he's auto supering. Like, I think I kind of like this guy better than LR Broly. I'm looking at him, and it's just like he guaranteed double supers like Broly, like the LR Broly does. But the key is not a problem with this guy, right? Which I think, maybe this is not something a lot of other people are sort of looking into, but I am kind of looking at it where it's like I'm trying to use less brain power, man. I really am. I would certainly prefer not to have to go super duper mega brain power when it comes to like using a lot of these characters. Great Ape Vegeta, I mean, you could do your super attack. Goku is very common, but again, you need to be doing your 18 key right here. So key is an issue for this guy, right? Getting a Goku, I would say, is relatively common, but like then, now, especially where we could just buy Ghost Ushers easily, I'm just spamming a Ghost Usher literally every single turn. That's not really going to work here. Because remember, Vegeta does need to activate guard to potentially get some key. I don't like Vegeta as a World Tournament unit. Majin Vegeta is pretty solid if you're going to use the strat of like AGL orb changing and Chilai items, and then his 18 key super attack. But again, that's the same thing. Like, the turn starts, STR Piccolo, you just click orbs, you're done, right? Ghost Usher, click your orbs, you're off. Whereas, like, Majin Vegeta, again, like, you're maybe using a couple of items with Chilai. You have to make sure you're getting your 18 key super attack. It's just Piccolo is just way too smooth compared to all these characters. I really liked Vegeta and Nappa a couple of years ago when there wasn't like, powerful tech enemies stopping them, like slowing them down, but they're not double supering or anything like that, so I can't really recommend them. LR Cell has kind of the same issue here where for him, you need to be doing his 12 key super attack to AoE, right? Like these LRs where they have an AoE on one or the other, it's a problem. It's a major issue, right? Like you have to, the situation will come up when you're grinding thousands of runs of a world tournament over a weekend. Every conceivable situation is going to happen because you're doing thousands of runs, right? So, there comes a time where, Cell's like your only AoE character on rotation or something like that, and it's just it slows you down a lot more than people would like to admit. I actually like LR Krillin here. I think LR Krillin is a great World Tournament character still because, again, he has guaranteed double supers. If you're not going to do guaranteed crits like STR Piccolo and auto supering like STR Piccolo, I think what Krillin, Physical Dragon Ball Super Broly, and LR STR Broly is doing there, like, that's really good. But again, Krillin's AoE is his 12 key super attack. So again, you have to worry about key with him. Raditz just sucks in every way. I mean, you can't be serious. Like, I pulled him up, but like he is like the slowest here, one of the slowest. He's just ass, right? Just toss this boy in the trash. Like, it's not gonna work. He's not guaranteed critting. He's not, because it's like, look at this. Like, oh boy. Well, okay, he does crit if he gets hit, I guess. Performs a crit within the same turn after receiving an attack. So, like, if you double King Yama, but the thing is, you're not guaranteed to get hit before you attack every single time anyway. Sometimes you'll get a guaranteed crit with a significantly slower attack. But it's like you need the enemy to attack exactly where you want, and then you have to, like, double King Yama. In World Tournament, you really should not be allowing yourself to take super attacks or anything ever. Int Kid Gohan, I mean, he's just terrible. Because the problem with this Int Kid Gohan is in order to do his AoEs, you have to be getting the unit super attack. So you need a Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, Goku, or Piccolo on rotation with him, and he's one of the slowest. I think he potentially could be an issue for this Gohan as well, so I'm not a fan of him. Gotank's just not guaranteed crits, not even double supering, and then we looked at Fat Boost. That basically covers everything. So I would say STR Piccolo is the go-to. Even top World Tournament grinders are realizing, right? Again, I'm gonna pull up this thread I saw in a little bit. But if you're not gonna go Piccolo, I would definitely recommend building around. No, this guy right here. Let me just get rid of these two. So I think these are kind of like the best World Tournament characters. So you're number one. Then you could kind of say like these two, right? I mean, I don't know. I would personally probably put Broly above the two LRs just because of the guaranteed key, and you don't have to worry about super attack. Like I think it matters a lot when you don't have to worry about key at all, right? Krillin and Broly still need to get their 12 key supers. Like, see, you have to like mentally be paying attention to make sure you're getting your 12 key supers, and then you get your guaranteed double supers. With the two, I don't recall enemies living two supers, I don't think, from any like notable world tournament. I don't think. Maybe it's happened, but I think two supers should be sufficient. But again, Piccolo, this guaranteed crit 100% of the time, is sweeping the field with one super attack, and it's faster than most of these other characters. So, you know, I want to keep that in mind. Now, I just wanted to look at this real fast. Points difference isn't that noticeable. I think that over the course of a world tournament, if you're using this, you're going to get to the point where Piccolo, you know, just jumping in, just clicking orbs, supering, guaranteed critting, it's just going to be so fast. Okay, Tripsy got #1 overall with STR Piccolo. Okay, so for 30 million Piccolo, it's not necessary. Notice influence if trying to go for top 10 since you'll do over 600 runs. Yep. Not only the 4 seconds in comparison, but many LRs. Oh, yes. Yep. See, there we go. Yes, I agree. 2 super attacks to finish. It's very common. In my head, I have seen it 1,000 times. I'm telling you, specifically AGL Evolution Blue Vegeta. Over the years, I've run into that guy constantly. And Broly typically would need the double super to kill him, right? That's the #1 character in my head that I think of. So some people even use attack items. That's relevant if you're going to use this guy, right? Chi-Lai and stuff like that. Since using an item is faster than a second super attack. Yep. Increasing amount of bonus themes. Oh, I hadn't even thought of that, accounted for that. That is true. They do put out way more bonus teams now than ever. And that is true in that if you're going up against a bonus team, your full LR team is not going to affect how many points you're getting. Oh, that is actually a really good point right there. Okay. It was just a feeling while doing over 600 runs. I mean, hey, if he got #1 overall, I certainly... Oh, look at Ningen. What an adult. I love Ningen. What a guy. But yeah, I like what Tripsy's saying, and I didn't even think of this right here. This is a very good point, because they have increased the rate at which you see whatchamacallit, bonus themes and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think about all of the sort of like, you know, speed of AoE characters, which character is your favorite. My personal recommendation, though, is STR Piccolo. I just think the orb changing, the auto supering, and the guaranteed crit, it's just too much. It just allows you to just blitz through this effortlessly. This is one of the better sub-EZAs they've ever done, because he has a clear purpose, and that's a world tournament dominator. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.